Be prepared. Today might just be one of the most important days for you, and you don't even know it. October 12th doesn't look unusual, but deep down it has a significant meaning for those like you. People attuned to spiritual energy. This day is hiding something that most of us aren't even aware of. While it may not seem like it, this day is crucial. And if you don't pay attention to what's taking place right now, you might miss a turning point that was never meant to be obvious. Once you grasp why this date matters so deeply, everything will fall into place. Some days feel ordinary until suddenly they don't. This is one such day. The past few weeks have witnessed gradual energetic shifts in the cosmic realm. Perhaps you've experienced unexpected emotional waves, moments of unexpected insight, or inexplicable fluctuations in your energy levels. Many dismiss these signs. However, time resonates differently with different souls. Those who are spiritually aware, who can detect patterns that others overlook, have already sensed the mounting energy surrounding this date. This isn't mere speculation. It's an intuitive understanding, a deep-seated awareness that something significant is approaching its tipping point. If you're spiritually connected, it's essential to remain vigilant now. You must be conscious of the undercurrents at play, because failing to do so means missing a signal meant specifically for you. Here's what makes this moment particularly significant. The real impact isn't about today's events alone. It's about what unfolds tomorrow. Tonight, you'll feel the effects as the moon aligns with Jupiter. This isn't simply an astronomical occurrence. It represents the intersection of emotional depth and expansive growth. The moon governs your emotional realm, while Jupiter amplifies everything it encounters. When these celestial bodies converge, it's as if your internal world is broadcast through a universal amplifier. You might experience an intense desire for change, to shift something that's remained stagnant for too long. Some will gain crystal clear vision of their path forward, while others might feel a mysterious restlessness, unable to comprehend why their current situation suddenly feels constraining. Consider today as the moment of gathering potential before release. The universe is like a cosmic slingshot, building tension in every moment of doubt or hesitation. This mounting pressure isn't meant to burden you. It's meant to propel you forward. The source of this energy isn't celestial. It originates within you. You'll find long-buried emotions beginning to surface, not to overwhelm but to motivate you. As lunar reflection meets Jovian energy, your true feelings become impossible to suppress. This is authentic emotional revelation, the kind that creates just enough space for illumination to enter. Tomorrow brings the release, and you'll finally understand today's sense of compression. It's the deep breath before the plunge, the moment of stillness before everything changes. And when that wave of transformation comes, embrace it fully. Because this alignment isn't just celestial, it's deeply personal, resonating with your very essence. There exists a silent collective among us. These are the watchers, the ones who've dedicated years to quiet observation, learning and remaining in the shadows. But today marks the end of their stillness. The observers are becoming the vibration itself. These individuals have grown without fanfare, learned without recognition, and protected their inner wisdom like a carefully guarded flame. Now that flame spreads silently, as their mere presence begins to transform entire spaces, others will sense it before they comprehend it. That subtle but undeniable authority that comes from those who've embraced silence and found their power within it. While the world has been fixated on the loud and visible ones, the energy is shifting. Now it follows resonance rather than volume. These quiet ones are becoming the anchors, the stabilizing forces amidst the approaching transformation. Their leadership isn't through words, but through their grounded presence. Some awaken to voice truth, others awaken to hold space for what's emerging. You might be among them. If you felt invisible or misunderstood, recognize that it wasn't a flaw. It was preparation. From this moment, invisibility transforms into magnetism. The silent souls emerge without losing their essence. The world begins to recognize true awakening from mere noise. This date carries significance beyond coincidence. It's a cosmic signal that activated something within you at dawn. October, as the 10th month, vibrates with the energy of completion. It marks the point where regression becomes impossible. The number 10 signifies endings, karmic resolution, and the conclusion of cycles that have lingered too long. Combined with 12, the number of divine alignment, spiritual examination, and mental recalibration, it creates powerful momentum. This isn't disorder, it's realignment. The appearance of 12 indicates soul preparation for the next phase, the invisible shift before transformation. This explains the current collective unease. The energy of 12 doesn't soothe, it challenges. It reveals everything misaligned, not as punishment, but as guidance toward harmony. And tomorrow, the 13th, completes this sequence, initiating true transformation. This timing aligns perfectly with the moon's conjunction with Jupiter, symbolizing emotional expansion meeting cosmic purpose. The 12th serves as the gateway, while the 13th reveals what lies beyond. You might sense internal shifts. Even if your day seems ordinary, that underlying tension is your physical form interpreting an energetic code that only your soul comprehends. Dates transcend mere calendar markings. They're cosmic markers of transformation. This date stands as the final threshold before a monumental energetic shift. If you're experiencing internal pressure, unexplained restlessness, or sudden clarity of thought, you're attuned to the universal frequency. A profound energetic recalibration occurred at daybreak, imperceptible to most. A silent reorganization manifested, initiating a collective soul-level transition. Some awakened in perfect harmony with their path, while others found themselves disconnected, unsettled, or separated from their familiar reality. When your energetic signature no longer resonates with your destined path, the universe initiates movement, regardless of personal readiness. Today marked a spiritual release for those who've evolved beyond their current vibrational state. It's not a punishment, but a divine repositioning. Select souls were gently removed from paths that no longer served their highest purpose. Others were propelled forward, entering new phases without conscious choice. You might observe sudden shifts in relationships, emotional disconnection from familiar connections, or sense an inexplicable void where something once existed. This is the energetic reality. The universe doesn't await permission when realignment becomes necessary. If something departed your path today, recognize it as divine orchestration, adjusting its natural flow. Similarly, if you feel an unexpected urge to move, initiate, or break free, your soul is being divinely accelerated. This realignment initiated today continues to intensify. We're entering an era where vibrational frequency determines positioning. Souls are being repositioned not through force but through energetic resonance. Evolution doesn't cause loss. It creates spaces where only aligned energies can exist. Today's shifts weren't coincidental. The universe recalibrated reality to align with truth. Resistance breeds chaos, while surrender leads to liberation. Moving forward, only aligned experiences will manifest in your reality. While many remain unaware, those attuned to these messages will perceive the shift. A subtle transformation unfolds today, visible only to the spiritually aware. It won't manifest dramatically. It might appear as a casual word that resonates unusually deeply, perhaps a stranger's glance that feels mysteriously familiar, or something seemingly insignificant, a recurring symbol, number, or phrase that demands attention through its persistent presence. These instances aren't random occurrences, they're divine alignment markers. The universe communicates through whispers, heard only by those spiritually awakened. Signs manifest not as proof, but because you've elevated to the frequency of recognition. Today, a subtle message will weave through your reality, intended solely for your awareness. Remain receptive rather than seeking. You'll recognize it by an inexplicable pause, as if the universe momentarily suspends time itself. The moment may appear trivial, but it will later expand into something profound, like discovering a key that unlocks an unknown door. Stay vigilant. The meaningful glance from a passerby, the number that keeps appearing, the words that linger in your consciousness. These aren't coincidental. They're signals confirming your alignment with something greater, a force that's reshaping itself through your existence. Many will overlook these signs, too consumed by life's chaos to perceive the gentle nudge. But in moments of stillness and awareness, you'll recognize it and understand that this day transcends the ordinary. The energetic atmosphere today resonates intensely through emotional, mental, and spiritual planes. You might notice heightened sensitivity to typically manageable situations. Voices seem more piercing, illumination appears intensified, and previously comfortable dialogues suddenly become energetically depleting. This isn't mere overwhelm. Your internal system has elevated its awareness because a significant shift has occurred in the collective consciousness. As your perception expands, you become more attuned to authenticity. Energy drains, artificial pleasantries, mechanical interactions, and inexplicably heavy environments become apparent. Your spirit isn't irritable. It's developing discernment. What presents as oversensitivity is your intuition naturally rejecting dissonant energies that don't align with your elevated frequency. Many will mistake this heightened awareness for emotional exhaustion or heightened anxiety, but it's actually a spiritual purification process. Your consciousness is selectively filtering experiences. Your physical form is adapting to elevated frequencies, not from weakness, but through refinement. Consider it similar to fine-tuning a radio frequency. Initial interference and discomfort eventually yield to perfect clarity. If you're experiencing heightened sensitivity today, remain calm. This sensitivity indicates expansion. You're not losing composure. You're releasing tolerance for inauthenticity. This marks the tangible manifestation of awakening. You begin seeking truth in every vibration, every resonance, every exchange. The world's discord intensifies just before your soul masters true listening. A fundamental shift has occurred behind reality's veil. The spiritual conflict has long remained subtle, a barely perceptible undercurrent beneath daily existence. It represents the eternal dance between creation and dissolution, authenticity and illusion, consciousness and unconsciousness. Most remain unaware, experiencing only its effects. Unexpected disruptions, inexplicable emotional heaviness, or moments when reality feels slightly misaligned. But from this point forward, this conflict emerges from obscurity. While it hasn't erupted into visible chaos, it's surfaced closer to conscious awareness. The power dynamic has shifted. Previous controlling forces no longer maintain dominance. This isn't about dramatic polarities. It's about influential forces. The energies that previously directed belief systems, attention, and energy have begun reorganizing themselves. Power structures, systems, and collective consciousness are experiencing a profound transformation. Words that once carried specific resonance now hold different energetic signatures because the underlying forces have shifted. Initially, you'll experience this as a sense of disorientation. Previously aligned elements feel discordant. Once inspiring leaders now seem to speak without depth. Messages that previously rang true now appear colored with ulterior motives. Though subtle, this shift is undeniable. The spiritual conflict has entered a new dimension. Rather than occurring above your awareness, it now flows directly through your being. Every decision, interaction, and nurtured thought contributes energy to opposing forces. The conflict's boundaries aren't traced in distant realms, but within consciousness itself. The crucial battleground isn't external. It's your awareness. Question the allegiance of former allies. Past resonance doesn't guarantee present truth. Some energies that once championed light have been compromised, diluted, or transformed into complacency rather than awakening. Manipulation's forces have evolved. Deception is no longer their primary tool. Distraction has become their most potent weapon. This makes discernment, not fear or paranoia, but pure clarity, absolutely essential. A significant energetic transfer occurred today. The spiritual control underlying major ideologies, belief systems, and personal drives has shifted allegiance. This explains the simultaneous sensation of burden and freedom. As one system releases its hold, another takes shape. This discomfort signals transition, not collapse. What previously operated unnoticed now demands recognition. Observe carefully what draws your energy, captures your attention, and what suddenly feels misaligned despite unchanged appearances. That's where the transformation manifested. In this reality, awareness itself remains the only effective defense. In this phase of spiritual conflict, your consciousness serves as both protection and power. From this day forward, you'll begin noticing an intriguing pattern. Seemingly unrelated elements will form connections. Events will align with remarkable synchronicity. Long silent connections will resurface precisely when they occupy your thoughts. Random encounters will provide answers to your unspoken questions. Time markers, numerical sequences, melodies, and brief interactions will create meaningful patterns, making reality seem responsive to your consciousness. What previously appeared coincidental reveals itself as divine communication. This isn't random occurrence, it's spiritual attunement. Reality has always been interactive, but most individuals operated outside its frequency. Following today's energetic shift, this signal strengthens, clarifies, and becomes more responsive. Imagine reality's feedback loop tightening. The gap between thought and manifestation, intention and creation, recognition and validation is diminishing. Your thoughts manifest in physical reality with increasing immediacy. This is why experiences will begin to feel oddly orchestrated, almost like scenes from a movie. You may sense that life is directly responding to your consciousness because indeed it is. What's occurring is a thinning of the barrier between the mundane and the miraculous. The rational world governed by logic, structure, and statistical probability is merging with the metaphysical realm where emotions, symbolism, and energetic forces dominate. You exist simultaneously in both dimensions. This explains why reality has begun to mirror itself. However, here's the crucial understanding. This intensification doesn't merely magnify your desires, it amplifies your essential nature. When your energy resonates with clarity, you'll witness uplifting and confirming synchronicities. When your energy scatters, you'll attract chaos that demands your focused attention. This is precisely why self-awareness has become crucial for navigation. You can no longer afford unconscious thoughts or careless words because reality's echo returns with unprecedented speed. In this heightened energetic field, every thought becomes a potential reality, and every emotion shapes the atmosphere around you. What appears as impossible coincidences actually represents reality's method of recalibrating your perception. These aren't random occurrences, but rather precision adjustments. The universe is enhancing your ability to recognize connections. As you acknowledge these patterns, your awareness sharpens and the feedback loop intensifies. It's akin to increasing the visibility of a hidden dimension that always existed, waiting for your conscious recognition. When the coming days feel surreal, embrace the sensation. The recurring symbols, precise timing, and moments of déjà vu confirm your alignment with reality's intelligent flow. This marks the transition where life ceases to be something that happens to you and becomes something that unfolds with you. Your active participation clarifies the universal language. Remember, synchronicity appears unusual only when you've forgotten your connection to the cosmic consciousness. From this moment forward, the universe abandons subtlety for direct communication. This isn't merely another rotation of Earth. It's a pivotal junction masquerading as ordinary time. Most individuals continue their routines unaware that invisible choices flow through their being. The most transformative moments rarely announce themselves with fanfare. They manifest through subtle choices, unconscious reactions, and fleeting thoughts. Yet these microscopic decisions shape entire realities. The universe never awaits explicit permission. It responds to energetic decisions. Today's significance isn't found in external events. It's a point of energetic commitment. Beneath your conscious awareness, your spirit makes a choice. Though you may not consciously register this decision, it occurs nonetheless. It manifests not through words, ceremonies, or even conscious intention, but through your vibrational frequency, the energetic signature you've carried throughout this year. Every moment of alignment or resistance to truth, every instance of hesitation or surrender, every opportunity for growth either embraced or avoided, all these experiences have converged at this precise calibration point. Today, that accumulated energy crystallizes into a singular spiritual direction. The much-discussed split, whether between timelines, frequencies, or parallel realities, isn't an approaching event. It's actively unfolding in this present moment. Many remain unaware because it manifests not through dramatic upheaval or celestial spectacle, but through subtle shifts in perception. You might notice it as an inexplicable transformation in your daily landscape. Conversations carry unfamiliar undertones. Spaces once comfortable now pulse with different energies. Previous priorities lose their grip on your attention. This isn't disorientation, it's your awareness finally synchronizing with your authentic alignment. Consider this day as an ethereal contract signing occurring beyond conscious awareness. Instead of physical ink, you're utilizing pure vibrational energy. Whatever you've been consistently feeding, whether fear or faith, avoidance or truth, stagnation or growth, is now being permanently encoded into your life's trajectory. The future isn't awaiting your conscious decision. It's already constructing itself from choices made in your deepest unconscious. Your new timeline activates the moment your inner being releases resistance. The universe simply reflects this pattern back, declaring, "As you wish." This explains the pervasive sense of transformation today. Not because external circumstances have shifted, but because your resonant reality is cementing its direction. You're already moving toward outcomes that match your internal frequency. For some, this manifests as acceleration, breakthrough, clarity, and divine synchronization. For others, it triggers dissolution, the gradual deconstruction of foundations built on illusion or denial. Both paths represent truth. Both indicate progress. Both serve the greater realignment. Today's power lies in its subtlety. While no one consciously feels they're making life-altering decisions, every soul is doing exactly that. No verbal confirmation is necessary. Your vibrational signature speaks volumes. Your energy commits to agreements your conscious mind hasn't yet processed. In the days ahead, you'll witness this day's ripple effects. Relationships will naturally deepen or dissolve without drama. Opportunities will either magnetically appear or quietly disappear. Paths will diverge not through conscious choice, but through energetic resonance. October 12th transcends prophecy. It embodies permission. It marks the moment when the universe stops waiting for conscious decisions and simply aligns you with the reality you've been energetically constructing through every thought, action, and vibration leading to now. You're making the choice in this moment, though its implications remain temporarily veiled. October 12th isn't the conclusion. It's the catalyst. This moment initiates a 3-day window of intensity where everything previously hidden, suppressed, or avoided begins emerging into consciousness. The next 72 hours will feel like navigating between dissolving and emerging realities. Each thought pattern, emotional response, and intuitive signal carries profound significance during this period. You've entered a space where energy becomes the ultimate arbiter of consciousness. The unfolding events over these 3 days aren't arbitrary coincidences. They represent the culmination of your energetic investments until this precise moment. Your decisions, both active choices and passive avoidances, will orchestrate the resonance of your next chapter. This energetic field amplifies authenticity with unwavering precision. It disregards surface-level desires, instead magnifying your soul's genuine selections. Any truth you've been skillfully avoiding will now press against your consciousness until you either embrace its message or fracture under its intensity. What you choose to ignore during this critical window won't simply fade away. It solidifies into persistent confusion, spiritual disorientation, or deep-seated regret that echoes through your future experiences. However, what you courageously acknowledge, despite its discomfort, becomes your newfound source of empowerment. The aspects you dare to examine honestly, past missteps, self-imposed illusions, abandoned aspirations, transform into crystalline clarity. Conscious recognition becomes transformative alchemy. What you perceive with genuine honesty loses its unconscious control over you. There's no requirement to immediately resolve everything. You needn't heal every emotional wound or reconstruct every narrative. The essential step is clear, unfiltered observation without defensive denial. The act of awareness itself initiates transformation. Consider it a cosmic illumination switch. Once activated, the shadows naturally reorganize themselves. You might experience emotional turbulence, energetic exhaustion, or mental saturation, but these aren't symptoms of breakdown. They signal release as you shed the accumulated density that maintained your spiritual numbness. Throughout these 72 hours, reality will examine your awareness by presenting reflective surfaces everywhere. Through interactions, dialogues, and synchronicities too precise to dismiss as coincidence, you'll recognize your spiritual assignments through their emotional charge. They'll trigger reactions, generate frustration, or expose supposedly healed wounds. This time, rather than immediate reaction, practice conscious pause. Observe. Resist the urge to categorize experiences as positive or negative. Simply witness them. Your acknowledgement naturally dissolves their power. This window serves as a vibrational assessment, where clarity becomes the primary currency. Increased awareness correlates with spiritual lightness, while resistance generates energetic density. The universe responds to consciousness with mathematical precision, not punishment. The surrounding energies possess intelligence, responding directly to awareness. When you acknowledge truth by declaring, "I see you," you signal your readiness for elevated spiritual responsibility. This defines the essence of this window: conscious ownership of your vibrational signature. These next 3 days will determine whether you descend into emotional turbulence or ascend into crystalline awareness. One direction leads to stagnation, repeating old wounds, familiar struggles, and predictable outcomes. The alternative path guides you toward expansion, the profound realization that everything you've been seeking begins with conscious awareness. This isn't a test from external forces, but rather a refinement through your own spiritual evolution. The alignment manifests on October 12th, followed by days of deep integration. These moments will reveal whether this shift crystallizes into wisdom or becomes another overlooked possibility. Your ability to perceive directly influences your capacity to transform, but continued denial only strengthens unconscious patterns. Throughout these crucial 72 hours, maintain heightened awareness. Observe what triggered your emotional responses. Notice what feels dense and what feels expansive. Don't resist, simply witness. Let the universal energies recognize your awakened state. You're conscious of the unfolding process. In a reality governed by awareness, this recognition alone catalyzes profound transformation. If you've stayed with me through this exploration, I deeply appreciate your attention. For more insights like these, consider subscribing to our channel. Your support means everything. Share your personal experiences in the comments below. Until we connect again, stay conscious and join us for more transformative content.